The blessing of the Lord is upon us. Yeah, yeah. Carolyn and I, surely as the light up above us. Yeah, yeah. No matter where we are, no matter where we have been, we are seeing Christ within. We are the light of the world, knowing that the Lord gives us His word. Carolyn and I are ready to shine unto the spiritually blind. Together we feel His presence. The Lord is working within our messes. The relationship we have is like a cake. Tower 1, tower 2, tower 3 is no day. Our relationship is like cake. Friendship is the foundation of our way. Oh, but the Lord, He knows what to say. Through us we know that He is the only way. Yeah. TR1 is friendship never broken. We are forever put in motion. TR2 is our best connection. Boyfriend and girlfriend, that's the best message. TR3, marriage is the glue. Jesus is in the middle and in the room. Our relationship is like cake. Friendship is the foundation of our way. Oh, but the Lord, He knows what to say. Through us we know that He is the only way. Yeah. Our relationship is like a cake. That's all I can say. This relationship is like a cake. That is what is being made. And our relationship is like a cake. That's all I can say. This relationship is like a cake. That is what is being made. Our relationship is like cake. Friendship is the foundation of our way. Oh, but the Lord, He knows what to say. Through us we know that He is the only way. Yeah. Our relationship is like cake. Friendship is the foundation of our way. Oh, but the Lord, He knows what to say. Through us we know that He is the only way. Yeah.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Nassau Cleland. I am the host of Blind Master Productions, also known as DJ Blind Master. Well, okay, I'm not really known as, but I just say I am. And with me today, we're here at Cornerstone University on campus by some sort of mural of, I don't know what it is.
It's of the cross.
It's of the cross. Yes, I didn't remember, but it's a beautiful day today, and I have a special guest with me. Why don't you? And we also have this dog right here. His name is Charlie. He was getting on my leg for some reason.
Well, he wanted to be a part of it. Here,
I
Charlie.
guess so.
So, Charlie and I are here, and I am Carolyn. I am Nasco's girlfriend. That's still kind of weird to say, but that's who I am.
Yes, and today we're going to be asking each other different questions, getting to know each other more, but also for you guys to be educated, because when it comes to the sighted and blind perspective, it may be different, but at the same time, there's so much things we can learn from each other and also think the same. So I'm going to start asking you the first question of the day for you. And so when we first met, what was your impression? Like, tell me your kind of the detail. What was your impression when we first met?
So, like, for those who don't know, Nasco and I met at church. Mm-hmm. So we go to City Hope TR, and I noticed that he had a Cornerstone lanyard, and I had kind of seen him around campus before, but not really. Like, you know, he was just one of those people in your periphery. And so then we were talking after church, because I noticed he had that lanyard, and I was just, I don't know, it was just butterflies for me. Like, I was just like, oh my goodness, I met this person, he's awesome. And I remember telling one of my friends about it, and I was just like, I met this guy, da 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 da, and then we were sitting in chapel the next Monday, and I pointed him out, and I'm like, there he is, that's the guy. And I just kind of had a crush on him ever since, because I'm weird like that.
Hey, and I was kind of the opposite. I wasn't like exactly there. So I met her. She was a really cool lady. I met her. I was like, cool. She'd be another good friend of mine that I would love to get to know. And I didn't notice this, but later I just thought she was just smiling. She was just literally just smiling, you know. And I just didn't know that she was doing it because of crush. I thought it was just a natural thing she does, you know. It was just a natural thing.
Yes and no. I feel like it was more so because of the crush, but I would say a pretty smiley person.
Pretty bubbly, I would say.
We kind of already said this, but what was your first impression of me when we first met?
Yeah. So when I kind of talked about it just a second ago, briefly, but I can say it again that for me, when I met you first, I just thought in my head, oh wow, she's really cool. She's a really good friend, really good friend. The cool part is we both were from Cornerstone, so that even made it even more cooler because we're both from the same school. Because a lot of the time when you have friends, they could be on definitely different schools or definitely different background. Obviously, she was older than me.
I'm not that much older than him. I'm only about a year in 1 month and one day. I feel like that's something that when I found that out, I was like, it's meant to be. Obviously, I'm kidding. Yeah, like you kind of piggybacking on what you just said. I feel like we kind of had the opposite thing where I had a crush on you right away, and then as we kind of became friends, I was just like, okay, we're just gonna be friends, and that's totally fine. I am so cool with that. We want to just be friends. I'm totally fine. And then and I kind of been like, yep, I friend zoned myself. And so then when you asked me out, I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a second. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But that's
kind of like
right
the reverse of our situations, I feel like.
Yeah, absolutely. And that was and so she was love at first sight, as we would call that. And then mine was like, wait, summer comes around. It was last summer, and then all of a sudden I had feelings. I have no idea what it was, but we both had conversations with the same people twice. Okay, I'm gonna go out of order for this.
Okay.
What would you describe me in? In three words?
Okay, I was just reading that question. I was thinking about it. I'm like, how to describe Matthew? I'm kidding. No, I think what drew me to you is that you are interesting. Like we could talk for hours. Like I've met so many people whose names I'm not going to say on this channel, who you have a conversation with and you leave it going, what? Like that was the most boring thing ever. And so I feel like that's something that I would say. Interesting sounds like a mean word, but I was going to say like intriguing is maybe a better word. And he's just also just like kind, and like another big thing was that he was very, very strong. You're very strong in your faith, which is something that I was very much looking for in a guy.
Yeah, and actually I can respond to that too from my side because I think it's for me when I saw Carolyn. She was just a very passionate person. I noticed that she was very passionate about what she loved. She loves kids. She loves, being someone who's in special education. And so she's studying, finishing up this week. And she's just a really incredible lady. And also, she's very empathetic. She really wants to give. I don't know how much words I even gave in there, but I think
that was great.
But pretty much in the sense that she was very. She really loved asking questions, and that's what we need. And I think it's one of the things I'm going to give you a tip for those who are hearing, especially with the sight people and blind person. We're going to talk about that in a second. My tip is just ask good questions. That's the biggest thing you need to do is ask really good questions.
And I would say like ask questions from a place of, I don't want to say empathy, but like if you have a question, don't just be like, why? Ask a question, be like, hey, is there any way I could help you do da-da-da-da-da?
Yeah.
And I think another thing that I've just kind of been telling people, even since we've been friends, was just like, I just assume competence. Like, I just assume you know what you're doing. And like, I think some people are kind of surprised by that, about like how you get around on campus and all this stuff. And I'm like, he's a grown adult. He's not 4 years old. So, like, I don't know. I feel like I assume competence, and sometimes it bites me in the butt because I walked him into a pole one time because in my mind, I was like, he knows that pole is there. No, he did not.
There's so many stories we have of that.
That was bad.
I think we should put that in the shorts or something.
Sorry, that one was a girlfriend fail. I think
that should be our segment of another shorts or videos is the girlfriend boyfriend fail. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
I have a prelude to this question. I think it's my turn now.
Yeah.
Like, I know that you said that you wanted to act me out by playing me a song on your ukulele.
Yeah,
which is super sweet.
Yeah.
And you were kind of trying to set it up beforehand, and I don't want to say blowing you off. It's just like things just kept getting in the way. But I think part of that was also me, like I said, guarding my heart a little bit because I was like, oh, we're just gonna be friends. And then he finally cornered me, and he cornered me in the car. I couldn't escape. I'm kidding. But you cornered me in the car, and so you were singing the song. And honest to goodness, but half the thoughts in my head were, oh, it's happening. That sounds great. The other half of me is like, he's gonna tell me he likes someone else.
Yeah, that was actually my question. Like, what was the impression there? Because I was asking you out the first time we were asking you out. I'm like, how is she feeling right now? What's her reaction? And that's my question. What was your reaction?
You said something like, I've liked you for a while. And I was like, oh, what? Sorry. I'm being way too animated right now. This is what happens when I get a good night of sleep. So that was kind of thing. Like, what made you nervous? So, like,
what made me nervous? Just asking a girl. That's just a guy thing. It's just a guy thing that we naturally have. Is asking a girl.
Because you got to be the man in the relationship.
Yeah, you have to kind of be fair, and that's not discriminatory right there. Because every guy, whether sighted or blind, they don't need to worry about that. They have to worry about asking the girl, "Hey, you want to be my girlfriend?" And it's not the way I was expecting it either. Like, her reaction was priceless, and I thought it was like,
I know. I was just like.
She was elated, as I would describe.
Yeah, and then afterwards, he got out of the car. We both called our moms because we're good kids like that. And then I called everyone I knew, which was my mom, my brother, and my best friend. He called everyone he knew, and he knows so many people that it took like 2 weeks. He was still telling me, he's like, oh yeah, I told so and so, and I was like, how do you know this many people?
The biggest people I asked was JW. JW was he's a good friend of mine, and I really.
Oh yeah, we know him from church.
Yeah, he's visually impaired as well. He was not surprised, actually. Funny enough.
I think he kind of had that same reaction a few of our other friends did, which is like, finally, like,
somebody do something about this.
Help.
So
all right, it's your turn to go.
Yeah, I have something else to think about.
Okay.
So in your perspective, when we talk about your sighted perspective, what were your fears before you even started thinking about dating somebody like me? You know, like someone who's blind. What was your fears in the first place? Maybe what are your fears even afterward?
A little bit. Something that I could tell you, being honest, that one of the things my parents and I had a conversation was like, okay, Nasco checks all the boxes we had for you. He loves you. He loves God. They're a little bit worried about, like, can we provide for a family, the two of us together? Mm-hmm. And I feel like we can. I know that's probably one. It's way down the road. We're not getting married.
This is a future thing right now. But marriage is going to be a thing we really want to.
Yeah, I would say that's a future Carolyn problem. But I was more just like, I think we'll figure it out. Like, I honestly believe that Nasco can do anything he sets his mind to.
If I can follow through, that is.
He can do anything he sets his mind to, except maybe drive a car. That is the one thing I won't do. I won't get in the car with. That is the only. I won't get in a car with Nasco. I'm kidding. Sorry, that sounds so mean.
No, we already being in cars already as it is. She drives me everywhere. I sometimes feel bad for some. I want to say this to people. Sometimes a blind person, I don't want to say that I feel bad that she's doing it. I really, really appreciate it. I love her a lot for it. But it's just, I just feel bad because, like, I want to be independent. I want to try and drive around, and I want to do things what I want to do. But sometimes it also involves with being with someone that, okay, if they're able to take care of them, you should be able to take care of them too.
Well, yeah, like I feel like our relationship is very balanced. Yeah. I don't know. That leads me into another point that I had on I wrote down little notes, so if you can hear me rustling.
Yeah.
But I was just saying, like, occasionally I'll have friends in my ed department or just in general who will ask me, like, what's it like dating Nasco? Like, what's it like dating someone who's blind? And my honest reaction is I never know what to say because I've never had another relationship. You are my first relationship.
That's what we wanted to talk about,
so,
too.
like,
yes.
so to me, I have nothing to compare it against. So I don't know if these are, like, so, like, I just, like, well, what's it like dating whoever you're dating? Like, it's just Nasco. Like, I don't see it any differently just because I don't have a fall point to go back on.
Absolutely. I was just thinking about this too. You're talking about the fact that this is your first date, but what really made you want to have this connection in the first place? Even though you might have had fears as well, what made you want to be like, I want to start this connection in some way or another?
That's a good question, and it's not on our list. Dude.
Actually, it is.
Is it? Okay, 1 second. Let me verify this information.
It is there. It's like the third or fourth question down.
What is the first challenge you know? Fine, whatever. I feel like even now still, but especially in like the first 2 or 3 months, I was more nervous that I was gonna screw it up. Because I had never been in a relationship before, and because I cared about you so much, I was just like, oh my goodness, I'm gonna mess this up. This is good. Like, there was one time where we were calling, and I had to hang up on you because I had a migraine, and I need to go rest and lay down and
she needs to do some
go in the dark, and I was so petrified to tell you that I had to hang up on you because of this. I was like, oh my goodness, he's gonna break up with me. He thinks I'm a loser. Da 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 da.
I get that.
Obviously, logic and me are not really that simpatico, but well, yeah, I think a big part of our relationship was that we had that friendship first. So like a lot of those like, are we compatible questions, I feel like we kind of already had figured out for the most part.
Yeah.
Yes, no, maybe so. Was there anything you were worried about, like, that I wouldn't understand you being?
Well, one of the things was we were talking about, because I did a seminar recently about being, navigating around. But I always felt like, is she can actually willing to take me everywhere I need to be? That's actually one of my questions. I was like, I have to ask my parents, to take me everywhere. And I feel so bad. Like, I don't want them to travel everywhere I go,
But I
had to know that there's other transportation available, like Uber, and here in Grand Rapids there's Uber, and there's bus, which I took not that long ago. I took Go Bus, which is a accessible service for disabilities, where you take a bus door to door, and able to get to one building for another. I only used it once so far, but I didn't have to right now. But there's a lot of those concerns we have is about transportation. What's the issues? What are these concerns we have? And that's because of how she cared. I think she was like, yeah, I'd be happy to take it. But also the good news is we both go to the same church, which makes it even more convenient and more enjoyable every day. So, yeah.
This is one of your questions, but I'm asking it.
Yes.
This is one of your.
I guess you can reverse it to each other.
What's your favorite memory in our relationship thus far?
Yeah. The relationship thus far.
All right, you go.
I have a funny memory that I think it would be funny to tell. After she's done laughing so hard. No, I'll tell it right now. So, we were in Applebee's several weeks ago. We were in Applebee's, and I was eating, Fiesta Lime chicken. She was eating her cheeseburger. I think, was it a burger?
It was a burger.
Yeah, she was having her own burger. And so, this is funny. I thought this was really funny. I started to eat. I was eating. All of a sudden, I tasted something sour. Come to think of it, it was a lime, obviously, because Fiesta Lime chicken. She didn't even look up until I finally said something. She was like, she did not look up. Was just
the best.
It was just
like.
Yeah,
There's the problem again. Assuming confidence, I was too busy telling whatever story I was telling to pay attention, really. Which is again another story that I've heard. I think I'm also just kind of oblivious sometimes. I live life weirdly. Anyways, I would say the flip side. This is another one. Sorry, 1 second. So we're at a froyo place, and Nasco pays because he's a gentleman like that. Take notes. He's a gentleman.
See, you don't. There's a lot of ways to also get paid blind as well. There's a way to do it.
Yeah.
You dropped it.
I know I dropped my thing. It's all right. But he takes he paid for it because he's a gentleman. So I have the 2 froyo cups in my hands. He's trying to put his his card back in his bag, in his wallet. And we're also trying to move out of the way of the line. We're in the middle of the way.
I didn't want to be disrespectful.
We don't want to be in the middle of the way. Like, we're nice like that. And then as we're doing it, Oscar never does this, but he did it that day. He just, his cane just fell to the floor. Clank, audible thuds. And so I had just recovered from a cold, so I'm trying very hard not to laugh because I don't want to cough and make it even more awkward. But I'm like wheezing because it's already really funny. And then this nice soccer mom, she had 2 10-year-old kids with her. She goes, she picks it up, and she goes to hand it to him. She's just like, here. She didn't put it in his hand, she held it out.
My hand was even further away from where she was sitting.
Yeah, because she didn't.
Entirely.
Because obviously, someone drops something, you hand it to them. You don't touch their hand. They're a stranger. That's weird. She's being nice, but she lets go because I think she thinks you're gonna catch it, but you almost clattered to the ground and get it. And I was able to catch it, and I handed it to her, but I was just dying because it was just so funny. Because this poor lady's trying to be nice, and I am just not being able to handle what I'm doing, and he's not just dropping stuff.
Yeah, when I was thinking about that, I was afterward, I'm like, and this is where we have this is where it'd be a good segment of just all different stories of just, obviously, things don't go the way we wanted to go. But at the same time, it's hilarious. It's something to live with. Treasure those things. I think it's great to just treasure those things. Because, I think it's great. Okay, so let me ask you this, because I don't know if this is even part of the list, but you don't have to look at it right now.
All right.
But we talk about the fact of a blind and sighted person. What would you tell somebody that's sighted about, what things they should be aware of? How would they apply this in their life as a single or being as a couple?
I was gonna say, as a friend, in just friendship again, I feel like even as friendship or a relationship, don't be afraid to come up to someone and ask them a question, as long as you're being respectful, obviously. Mm-hmm. I think that's another thing. But don't be afraid to make the first move if you have to, and ask a question wow, you have a Clarendon lanyard on, so do I. Which is something I never do. So I feel that was a God prompting me kind of thing. But I would also say, even if you're not that kind of Christian in that sense, that you don't feel God prompting you in a certain way, just trust that, he's still just a person. And I feel like we have our issues of trying to figure out this and that, but we make it work. Today, I have I have my dog Charlie with me, and we went on a little walk with him, and there was a bit there for a second where Charlie was wrapped himself around Oscar's leg. I know, I was trying to unwind it so I could actually try to get out of the way. He kept going because he's a dog, he kept rolling around because he was like, oh, what game are we playing? But once Charlie figured out, oh, I'm supposed to be on this side of you, he's handled the cane like a champ. And so I think that's also a good just analogy of give people credit for don't take yourself too seriously. I feel like that's another just relationship in general question. Answer, just don't be afraid to don't take yourself too seriously. Yeah, have fun. I think is have fun. What analogy would you describe our relationship from there when it began to now? I know I'm trying to. Well, I don't know. It kind of goes back to what we were trying to say, and I was trying so hard to think of a good analogy. This is the best one I got. So if it sucks, I will also give you my side of whatever. Okay, if it sucks, you're adding this part out. But so I think it's almost like a tree. We built the roots of it through our friendship. Yeah. And now it's like a tree. It's still a little baby tree because we've only been dating for 6 months. 6 months now, yeah. But it's still a little baby tree. Yeah. But it's a tree, and it's really pretty. Yeah, where's the water? No, the water. There's the water I think the Lord in a way is the river of life that flows through flows through our lives, which then replenishes the tree in a sense. It's a spiritual thing, but in a sense, makes sense. I think that. But my analogy, I would describe it as like a cake. I know this is the weirdest thing I ever think of, but it's. You heard a song earlier in the show, but it's called "Our Relationship Is Like a Cake."
tier 1 is our friendship. It's our foundation. This is where it begins. Tier 2 is our boyfriend and girlfriend connection. It's our best message we can get, right? It's our best thing. Tier 3, sooner or later, will be marriage. And that'd be like the glue. But Jesus is the glue. Jesus is like the one that's the frosting that kind of...
Oh, no, don't put glue on cake. That's a horrible analogy.
It's like a glue, but it's not a glue. It's like, frosting is like glue, though.
It's frosting. It's not glue.
Well, it's like glue.
Glue on their cake.
Okay, but this...
What are you talking about?
Hey, he's like a glue. Doesn't mean it is glue. It's like, because the frosting is like the glue of a cake. That's
okay.
it.
Oscar eats glue, everybody. All right.
I still think the frosting is the glue. There we go.
Yeah. All right. That's like honestly a good closing thing, but are there any other like things that you want to questions you want to add?
Well,
I feel like we kind of touched on all of them.
well, I think we covered a lot of it. I think one advice I would also give as well. Another advice I would give is don't hesitate to just start the connection. If you're afraid, that's okay. You're not alone in it. And I think regardless if you're visually impaired or not, I think everybody feels that way. Regardless if you're new, if you're new to this relationship, if you're older to this relationship, it's a guy or it's a girl, and you both are scared, that's sometimes a good thing. Sometimes it's a good thing. It's like, I don't know what to do. You kind of have that connection already as it is. So if you're having that fear right now, and you don't know how to say it to somebody like that's visually impaired or just in general, any disability or of that matter, just be like, just say hello. That's all you get. Like, even just start saying hello can be something that can be very powerful in the end.
So Nasco performed a song during his choir thing.
Yeah.
And the composer was that George, I'm going to butcher this.
George Matheson.
George Matheson.
Yes.
And he was basically an old-timey Nasco. So the only difference is that this guy developed his blindness when he was like a late teenager, like 17, 19, 18, whatever.
By 20, he was
By 20, he was like, in Nasco's, yeah. You know what I mean? But
pretty young.
Something that the guy, George Mathias, he was dating this sighted girl at the time, and she broke up with him. And she broke off their engagement, and she said something like, I can't imagine being with you. And and that's something that's been funny to me, but also just I just feel sorry for this girl. Yeah. Like, honestly, I do. I don't think we know her name.
We never knew her name. No.
In history, but like, I just feel sorry for her. Like, she's missing out. And so I would also, something I just end it with, if your only criteria for dating someone is they can see things, you need to check yourself. You need to fix yourself. Yeah. Like,
think before you speak. How about that? Think before you speak,
And if, honestly, I think we're going to get married someday. But if our relationship doesn't work out, it's not going to be because he's blind and I'm sighted. It's going to be because of an actual genuine issue that probably will never come up because he's awesome. I don't know. I feel that's kind of a dumb way to end it. But I wanted to add that guy.
I really love that. No, George Matheson is a great story. You guys can look him up. He actually wrote a song called "Oh Love," and it's really powerful. But today's not the time to tell his whole story.
No, we're just really a little brief. We're giving you guys homework.
There you go. That's
maybe more homework could be. You could have your guys write some questions in the comments.
Yes, please. That's what I was going to say. Yes.
I read your mind.
Yes, please ask more questions, and we'll be willing to answer more questions in maybe a short thing, or maybe just I'll comment. And
we'll do a part 2 if you guys can't get enough of my silky sweet voice. Which, by the way, I'm not going to listen back to this recording because I hate the sound of my voice on recording.
I think it was some fun on the computer. I really think it was some fun. Oh, by the way, I hope you have a cool beans time because that's our favorite catchphrase. Cool beans.
Cool beans.
Cool beans. So, anyways, thank you for listening to Blind Master Productions. This is my girlfriend Carolyn, and we're happy to answer more questions. Have a great finish to your week, and God bless all of you.
Bye.
Bye.
I feel this was actually a really good place to record.
Yeah, it was perfect.
There's a little bit of background noise, but not a lot.
I can totally edit it later. Oh, my phone. You know what my phone over just did? My phone did? It turned off voiceover, so now I can't even stop the recording.
Oh no.